Hey guys, what is up? First of all, Happy New Year. It definitely feels like it's been a year since I have sat down and done one of these types of videos, so I'm glad to be back. A lot of the shows that we watch are returning next week, I think, so that's exciting. So you'll be seeing a lot more of my face. But today I wanted to do a video that people have been asking me to do for a few months now, and it is a companion to my Rude Celebrities Exposed, but this is the NiCe version, and it is NiCe Celebs Exposed, and I have 4 people that I want to expose for being nice and genuine and just good humans that I have met throughout the years. So let's start with my first one, and I didn't put this in any particular order, except the last person was probably the nicest person to me. It doesn't mean that this person is nicer than the other people, but my encounter with them was probably the best encounter I've had with any celebrity. So we'll start with number 1, and let me tell you a little bit about her before I tell you who she is. So this person was the star of one of my favorite shows from several years ago that was on HBO, and it was before I had a YouTube channel, or at least before I started doing a lot of different shows. I know I definitely would have covered this show on my channel if I had been doing YouTube at the time. But actually I started watching this show way after it aired. I started binging it because I had a friend who wanted to watch it, and then I got caught up and started watching it in real time. So that show is True Blood, and the actress I'm talking about is Anna Paquin. I was able to go and be a reporter in LA for Scream 4, which you guys know I love the Scream movie franchise, and Anna was in that movie. And so here's the deal. This was a special kind of encounter because it was kind of like a behind the scenes thing. And I saw her do something that I just felt was so genuine and so nice, and I just know that she is a good person. So I was always a big fan of hers. I loved the character Sookie in True Blood, and I was worried when I was at the Scream premiere because there were so many people in that movie that I really liked and respected, and I kind of worried and wondered if they would be nice in real life, and she was one of them because she was someone I really, really liked, so I was a bit worried. But anyhow, so I was at the premiere and I interviewed a lot of people, but she wasn't one of the people that I interviewed. But after every premiere, unless it's a kids movie, after every premiere they have a party. The parties involving kids movies happen before the movie, but the parties on every other type of adult movie happen after. So we went to this restaurant / bar place, and I got there kind of later than a lot of people because it took a while for the car that was taking me to pick me up. And when I got there, I happened to see Anna being dropped off, and a lot of fans were standing there waiting for her, and they had pictures of her and everything, and they wanted her to sign them in magazines and everything. And when she got to the door, there were a few people there and she was signing them and everything. So then she left and she walked quite a distance, and she got all the way inside of the bar, and there were a few people that had missed her arrival, and they were yelling her name and please Anna, please come back. And I mean, they were pretty far away from the entrance to this bar, and they weren't letting the regular public into this place that particular night. And she turned around and came all the way back, and every single person that had something for her to sign, she stood there and signed every person's picture or whatever they had of her. And that made me have so much respect for her. Unfortunately, I never even got to talk to her, but I was just witnessing this from a distance, and I didn't have anything for her to sign or anything, and I wanted those people who had waited for her and who brought things for her to sign to have their moment. So it just didn't feel right for me to walk up and be oh hey, what's up, when she was in a hurry and was so kind to come back and sign every single person's whatever that they had brought. So I think that just speaks so highly of her, and that's why it's kind of a special story, because I didn't even talk to her, but I saw her kindness from a distance, and that says so much, because sometimes I feel when you meet people, and sometimes celebrities, they may be really, really nice to your face, and you can kind of tell that that's not so genuine, but they're at least nice. Hey, that's better than some of them, right? But her doing this was totally real. There was no act behind it. She definitely did not have to run back and do this for all of these people. She had somewhere to be. She had, there was a dinner inside and everything, cupcakes and little meals and little small plates and whatever. So she didn't have to do this. So forever I will think so highly of Anna Paquin, and I already liked her, but she is high on my list of NiCe celebs. Okay, number 2 also falls into the category of someone that I just loved so much, have watched in so many things, and this one is a little bit different because I've heard a lot of people say she was super rude. And just kind of throughout the years, I don't even know how valid this is. Like, I don't know if these people actually met her, or if they just assumed she would be rude, or if they just read something online or whatever that she was rude. So I don't even have a story that, you know, I know for sure someone else met her and she was rude to them or whatever. But anyway, this person is Reese Witherspoon. Of course, when I met her, I had just finished kind of watching, maybe a couple months before, Big Little Lies. I think she's fabulous in this, in Big Little Lies. The Man in the Moon is the first movie I ever saw her in back when I was a child, so that's a really, really, really great movie. She was a kid in it, and I loved her, you know. When I was a kid, I loved her and looked up to her and just thought she was everything, like Legally Blonde and all of that. You know, I will always love Reese Witherspoon. So anyhow, I was recently in Hollywood in October of 2017 for an award show sponsored by Elle magazine, and I was literally like elbow to elbow with so many celebrities that I don't even know how that was my life and how that was possible, and it was definitely surreal. But I was standing seriously pretty much on top right beside of Reese and her daughter, who is definitely her mini-me. She's so cute, and Reese is so cute. And I saw her interacting with a lot of other celebrities like NiCe Nash and Laura Dern, and just people I didn't know who probably somehow were kind of involved in the industry. But you can tell so much. I think this is kind of like the Anna Paquin story, where it's like I didn't have a conversation with Reese, but I saw her interact with other people, and I feel like that's how you get a real sense of what people are like, because she was not pretending. She wasn't, you know, she had no reason to be pretending for fans or whatever. This was like a behind the scenes look, and she was really cool. Her daughter was really cool, really down to earth. I was just like, thank God this is a nice woman, because I never wanted to believe the negative things people had told me about her, that I'd read about her. And I don't know, maybe some of you have had, you know, experiences with her that weren't so great. I don't know. If you've had a personal experience, let me know. But from what I saw, she seemed like a super cool, nice person. And that's how I'm going to think of her from now on, because I, you know, met her in real life. So I was really happy with that. I'm going to give you a bonus person here at the end, but let's move on to number 3. I hope this is someone that you guys know. This was someone who I really loved as a kid as well, but who's also doing some shows currently that I don't really watch. But this is Gabrielle Union, who is beautiful, and I swear to you, she has looked the same for like 30 years, which is crazy. If you guys know who Stacey Dash is, I feel like Stacey Dash has looked like in her 20s for 30 years. So it's like both of those women are so pretty, and they're not aging, so I think they're really robots or something, I don't know. But I met Gabrielle at the Kentucky Derby when I was working in local news, and I actually interviewed her, so I talked to Gabrielle. I loved her always anyway, like from Bring It On, and I don't even know, but I've always liked her. And so I did have high hopes that she was going to be nice, because she usually plays like the bitchy person in a lot of shows. So I was like, I hope that's not an indication of her real self, but it wasn't. She was just as nice as she was beautiful. She was super kind to me, very down to earth. I could have, you know, it's almost like it was someone who I knew or whatever. Like, she was so, so nice to me. And she was great and so beautiful, and I was just like so happy to meet her in person and to know, like, get a little glimpse of what she's really like. Okay, number 4 was the person who, well, was the nicest to me, but I had a thought a minute ago that I should throw one more person in who was super nice to me, and I'll get to them as my bonus person in the end. But this is also a person I met at the Kentucky Derby a long time ago when I was super young. It was probably one of the first celebrities that I actually interviewed, so I was really nervous and I didn't know what to expect. And this is a person who was a lot older than me, and at the time I was really intimidated. And this person's Jerry O'Connell, and he honestly treated me like I was his friend. Like, he'd known, you know, he was so kind, and maybe he could tell I was kind of new at my job, but he was just over the top kind, funny, such a great personality, and so good to me. Like, he let me ask as many questions as I wanted, and he had like really cool, entertaining answers, and I will never forget that. That meant so much to me, because you know, he was a big deal, and he was very kind to me, who was just a nobody, and I have, you know, so much respect for him, and I always kind of try to keep up with him. He was on Wendy Williams recently when she like fainted, unfortunately, and he was very good to her in that instance. So I think he's like a very amazing person, and I again, have so much respect for him. So my bonus person I actually met and interviewed and talked to at the Scream 4 premiere. This was someone who was a big deal like in the 90s. So it was someone who I didn't really have much of an opinion on. They kind of played like a bratty character a lot in movies back then. And, you know, if someone had asked me if I was a fan of theirs, I would have said, no, I don't really have an opinion. If someone asked, like, did I think that they would be a nice person, I would probably be like, probably not. Like, not like a mean person, but not like especially nice. Like, I wouldn't think this person will be super cool and super nice in person. I don't know. That's just kind of the opinion I had of them. But this person is Seth Green, and I met him and his girlfriend at the time, who I think is his wife now. He was so nice to me. He was like complimenting me, not in a creepy like Harvey Weinstein way, because again, his girlfriend was there and I don't think he's that kind of guy. But he was just like saying super nice things to me and so friendly and so down to earth and so cool. And from that day forward, I was like, that is a cool guy. That is a super nice guy. And I have, again, a ton of respect for Seth Green. And I just think the world of him because he was very, very kind to me. Was probably, without a doubt, the nicest person I interviewed and met at the Scream 4 premiere. Just so cool. I mean, I can't say enough good things about him. So it definitely feels good to do a video about nice people. Some people were very offended by my rude celebrity encounters, but those things actually happened to me and I was offended when people were not nice to me. And I think in all of my rude celebrity stories, I had actually spoken and had a conversation with them because it's kind of unfair to say from a distance I saw a celeb and they were a jerk. But the difference there, if I'm going to call someone rude, like I actually spoke to them, had a conversation, and they were not nice to me. So I'm sorry if you were personally offended. I don't really understand that unless you know those people personally, but some people were highly offended. But you know, I'm being honest here. I guess it's kind of like when I do television show reviews and I dislike some episodes and people take offense at that and are mad at me. So like, I don't know, but I think YouTube is for people's opinions, and if you disagree and love the people that I thought were rude, that is fine, but like I never understand people getting that angry. But I'm gonna stop my rant here because this is a positive video. I had a lot of fun talking about my celebrity encounters with nice people. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, thumbs up. I'm still really hoping to get to 10,000 subscribers. I did not get there by the end of 2017, but I'm not that far away, so if you have watched me or if you're just finding me and you haven't subscribed, please do that. It would really help me out and encourage me to do a lot more videos and great content for you guys. I want to say I wish the best for you in 2018. I hope we have some amazing shows to watch, shows that are returning and new shows that we'll discover, and I just can't wait to see what's in store for us and what's in store for Kelly TV, and I'm excited. So I hope you guys are too. If you're excited, thumbs this video up. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go now because I've talked a lot. Bye guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Kelly TV. I would love for you to subscribe and be a part of the Kelly TV family. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter so you can keep up with all I'm doing.